Lava! It's parting!
Right on schedule, I see.
Monica!
Worry about your own hide, boy. You're still... Why do you refuse?
I won't forgive what you've done!
You say you won't forgive what I've done. But why?
You're chasing after my mother! You'll hurt her if I don't...
Your mother? You fight to protect your mother. Ha! How juvenile. But you know, I used to be that way too.
Huh?
I had a mother too, just like everyone else.
Ha! Ah! Monica!
So you hate me too, eh? Well, it's only natural, since I'm your father's sworn enemy. We're the same, you and I. Exactly the same.
What are you talking about? We're nothing like you!
I just wanted to protect my mother too. Just like you two. I was a loathsome child, born to a changeling father and a human mother. The humans called me Demon Child. Despite that, my parents and I were able to live happily in that small village. But when I was still a small boy, my father felt Mother tried desperately to nurse him, but it was all for nothing. My father fell into a never-ending sleep. After he died, the other villagers chased us out of town, calling it they had always feared my father, and had just been pretending to be nice to us. My mother tried her best to protect me from it all. After that, we traveled from village to village. It was a tough life those days were. Mother even had to resort to stealing sometimes, in order to make sure I had enough food to eat. The exhaustion of always being on the road, the censure from the humans. The stress of it all made Mother terribly ill.
Gaspard, it's time to say goodbye. Mother, What do you mean? I'm not going anywhere. Can't we stay together?
Listen carefully, Gaspard. No matter what, you mustn't think ill of people. No good can ever come out of hatred. You'll be on your own from now on. Don't let the loneliness get to you. You must continue this journey. You must find something you want to protect, even if it takes your whole life. Search for that. You must live your life searching for that until you find it. Until then, you must never stop this journey.
What? What am I supposed to find? Mother? Can't you see? I don't understand.
I know if anyone can find it, you can. Gaspard.
Mother? Mother! Open your eyes! Mother!
When did my journey end? I haven't done anything my mother asked. It's just hatred that drives me now. I just didn't have anything worth protecting.
Gaspard.
But you have something. Something to protect. To protect even if it costs your life. You must continue your journey. You mustn't give up now. Could you show me where your journey will take you? I'd like to see it too. The end of my own journey. Farewell.
I will not forgive this betrayal.
What the?
You're one of mine. If you don't kill them, you will live to regret.
That voice! Could it be Griffin's?
What's happening to him?
We'll have to find Gaspard. Gaspard.
Guess I won't be able. When I see my mother again, I'll tell her that at the end, I finally met you too.
Gaspard.
Hello, Mother! I'm home! Sorry, Mother. I couldn't find what you asked me to. But you know what? I met some weird guys. They were both real no.
You found it, Gaspard. You managed to find it. Welcome home, Gaspard.
Damn that Griffin!
Monica.
Well, finally Gandorada has been completely restored. All thanks to you.
We were just doing our part.
Monica,
Yes?
I have something I must give you.
Really? What?
Here.
What's this?
That's the sword your father, Raybrandt, left to me. He asked me to give it to you if anything should happen.
It's my father's sword?
That sword is imbued with great power. A normal person could never make use of it. But with you as you are now, I'm sure you could draw out its strength. Now is the time for you to take that sword and fight alongside your father, Monica.
Father!
Oh, man!
That's Pasnos. We built it for our struggle against Griffin. It's the secret ace up the Rebel Army's sleeve.
Pasnos!
Griffin should be... Are you prepared? Right. All hands on deck! Preparing Pasnos launch! Lift off!
Things.
Those are the golems in Griffin's control.
They're huge!
Yes, Griffin destroyed a mountain and created a whole army. They're a magical force to be reckoned with.
What should we do?
Don't worry. We'll make them taste the power of Pasnos. Ready the weapons!
Yes, sir.
Here they come!
Lord Agaris?
Not yet. We have to lure them closer. Now!
Lord Agaris, Elena has arrived.
I hope you weren't hurt.
No, it was tough going, but the bombardment from Pasnos saved us. Max.
Mother.
Oh, you've gotten so big. I'm so happy to see you again.
Me too.
How's your father?
Oh, he's fine. I'm sure that he wants to see you too.
Yes.
Mother?
What?
Can't you come back? Back to our time?
Max, please understand. This is the place where I have to be. I'm from this time, not yours.
But even so, that's just selfish. That's just so...
Max.
If that's the case... I mean, if that's how things are, then you shouldn't have come to my time in the first place.
Max, I'm sorry. No one can exist in two separate times.
So, you're both going.
Yes, we got the word from Lunalad that Ixie... We're going to ride it into the distant past. And then we're gonna find Griffin and do what needs to be done.
I hope you will, Max. Monica. You don't want to talk with Elena?
No, it's fine.
I understand. Be careful out there. You're our only hope. Bring the light back to our world. We're coming.
All right.
Hey, look at this!
So it's finished.
We did have a little bit of trouble with her, though.
But we're rather proud of the end results. It is so cool.
Isn't it a little, gaudy?
Well, now that you mention it, I guess you could say that.
Hey, are you picking holes in my design? You just don't...
He was in charge of the design.
Listen, this train can travel through space and time. I just figured it should have a look that sets it apart and matches its abilities, you know?
I think it looks cool.
Exactly. At least you understand.
Well, whatever. If it gets us 10,000 years in the past...
That won't be a problem.
Well, then let's go.
Be careful out there. He's a formidable enemy that...
Could be tough operating this thing.
Not to worry. Osmond will handle the Ixion's control.
Leave it to me.
Max and Monica, good.
Thanks for all you've done.
We'll do our best, Dr. Knob. Wow!
Yuck, the inside's just as bad.
All systems go!
Well, I know there isn't a whole lot you can do about it now, but I really don't think much of the design. Just kidding! How about we get going?
Right, let's go!
Get ready to 10,000 years in the past. Chapter 6, When Two Eras Collide. So this is 10,000 years ago.
It's kind of gloomy.
Look! There's only one moon in the sky.
What's going on? Did we land on a whole different world?
I guess even the sky looked different in this time.
So Emperor Griffin is somewhere in there, huh?
Yes, I can feel Griffin. He's in this palace.
Finally, time to set...
I'll wait for you here. Okay, let's get... I wonder what Emperor Griffin is really like.
Nobody's ever seen him. He controls his followers from the past. I don't know exactly what he's like, but I'm certain that he has tremendous magical power.
He's caused enough suffering for everyone. We'll stop him for sure.
Right. Looks like we're in
Then let's go! Wow!
You've come this far. Excellent, just like myself. No wonder the Atlamelia chose you.
What? You must be joking. You're Emperor Griffin?
What? Emperor Griffin? That's the name you humans have given me out of fear. Well, no matter. A name is but a name. Yes, it is I. The one you would call Emperor Griffin, the ruler of darkness. That is me.
Griffin, you're gonna pay!
Well, shall we get down to it? After all, you've covered so much time and space just for me. Humans don't truly appreciate the value of existence.
Excuse me?
It's because of humans that suffering spreads throughout the world. I won't forgive you, humans. I won't lose to you anymore.
What do you mean?
You see, even you don't understand. All of you should be wiped out. quite impressive. I am finished.
We won?
Be careful. No!
Damn!
I got them! This is what I wanted! With this, it will all be mine.
Now then, why don't we get started? It's time to purify this world. Have you heard the legend of these stones?
The legend of the stones. He who obtains the 3 Atlamilias receives the power of the stars.
That's right. That's exactly how it... However, these stones have another role as well. A somewhat different role.
Huh?
In these stones is enough power to destroy the world. The ancients feared the people of the future. Humans are dangerous creatures, possessing both immense wisdom and even greater greed. They knew that once humans built up their civilizations and gained great powers, they would end up harming the planet itself. So in order to ensure the planet could go on living forever, they came up with a special contrivance. The Star of Oblivion.
Star of Oblivion?
If humans controlled by greed were to learn of the existence of the Atlamilia, capable of giving them ultimate power, they would be certain to start a war to try to recover them. And they would ultimately fall into the hands of the one with the most power. When that time comes, all life on Earth would be wiped out, and the greed in this world would finally be erased. Time and again throughout the world's history, there have been mass extinctions. But this tale of ruin and destruction definitely won't be making it into the annals of history. Finally, the great disaster shall fall upon the world. The Star of Oblivion will realize its true glory.
What are you talking about? If you do that, you'll be destroyed right along with everything else.
Me? That was my plan all along. I will be swept up in the cataclysm along with all of you fool humans. That will be my fate. Everything will disappear from the face of the world, and then a new world shall take shape. That's how it will be, how it was always meant to be.
I won't let you do it!
And just how are you going to stop me? This is out of your hands now. The change has already begun. Nothing can stop it now. But just waiting around for it to happen would be no fun at all. I think I'll erase everything from the world just before the real destruction begins. Just sit back and watch.
What? What are you doing?
Splendid. So this is the power of the stones.
What did you do?
You'll find out soon enough. I shall show you the power this palace possesses, the power I possess.
What the?
What's happening?
What happened?
Don't tell me.
Go have a look outside. I'm sure you'll like the view.
Something terrible has happened!
What is it?
Somehow this palace has returned to the present.
It can't be.
What is Griffin planning now?
I can't believe this.
It's Griffin's doing.
Oh man, let's get out of here!
Right, we need a new plan.
Is that Conda and the others?
Need backup.
is this?
Looks like some kind of ruins.
I'm following Elena's instructions. She said to land here. Here it is. I'll set it up.
Listen carefully, Max. Something truly terrible has happened. It's incredible, but somehow Griffin has shown up in your time. If he continues, he could go through time, destroying each era in turn.
So what should we do?
The only way to stop Griffin is to attack his palace with our fortress
But it's not like we could just bring Pasnos to this time period.
There is a way.
You're kidding.
At the place where you are now, Kazarov Stonehenge, there is a unique convergence of space-time flow. We must make a chrono union there.
Chrono union?
It's when time and space envelop each other. We have to make an area where your time and my time will both exist in the same place. If we can do that, then we can send Pasnos to your time from here.
That's really possible?
Yes, the Ancient Ones knew the secret, and Luna Labs deciphered it from their wall murals. We don't have much time. Let's get to it. There should be 4 stone pillars standing there in Kazarov.
I see them!
In each pillar there is a hole. The holes are there to receive 4 colored gems. Put a gem in each one of the holes, and it's possible to make a chrono union.
But where do I find these gems?
The 4 gems are hidden somewhere in your world. In the forest, the valleys, the sea, or in the mountain. Go to all the places you've ever been and search for. They're definitely there somewhere. There is.
In here?
That's it. Now, if you find doors that open with that key, you're sure to find the gems.
Okay, I've got it. We'll head...
Even now, Griffin is starting his rampage again. Hurry, Max.
Now you can jump to any place you like, in this time or the future, by using the Ixion's time travel system. With the Atlamelia stolen, the Ixion is our only means of time travel. And you can control the time travel system by remote, too. If it's a place with a time gate, you can go directly into the future, just like before. Use it carefully.
Awesome! Convenient and cool!
Well, so where to first?
Remember the star symbols we've seen around? Maybe those symbols mark where the gems are.
Yeah,
Good! Here you are.
care of you guys.